Since 2007, we've noticed an increase in the number of fires that are occurring on porches that also involve upholstered furniture. So we wanted to get out and ahead of the curve in fire safety and get an ordinance implemented within the city that made it unlawful to have this type of furniture on porches. This is enforced through the property maintenance code. So ultimately, compliance is the responsibility of the property owner, not the tenant. We encourage property owners to do two things. The first is to make sure they make contact with their tenants and explain to them about the ordinance, and two, to consider putting within their lease agreements a provision that disallows that. The ordinance basically states that it's unlawful to have upholstered furniture. We're talking about indoor furniture that's overstuffed, has a fabric covering that is not outdoor rated. This type of furniture is very flammable. This ordinance doesn't prohibit the use of furniture that is manufactured specifically for use outdoor. And this is typically furniture that is a plastic or wood or metal frame, has a weather resistant and fire resistant covering. If you have any questions concerning property maintenance code or the ordinance, you may contact the Codes Enforcement Division at 832-7700 or the Fire Marshal's Office at 830-7003.
The number one cause of injury for fires in the United States are cooking fires. The time of the year is quickly approaching, that the time change is coming up. We advise everyone to take a look at their smoke detectors this time of the year. Make sure that you change batteries in the smoke detector. It's the number one way to keep yourself safe from fire and to alert you if there is a fire in the home. Anytime you're using pots or pans on the range, you should turn the handle to the inside. There's less of a chance that pot will be knocked off the stove. If you have children in the area, you should move the pots or the pans to the back burners. If you can, use an oven mitt, place a lid on the pan or the pot. That will take the oxygen away from the fire and the fire should extinguish itself. If that doesn't work, it's always nice to have a class ABC dry chemical extinguisher in the kitchen. Baking soda is also another option. We don't ever want to use water or flour to extinguish the fire. When the water hits the hot grease, it will explode, sending hot grease all over the room. The same goes for the flour. The best thing to do if you have a fire in your oven or your microwave is to simply leave the door shut. The fire again uses up all of the oxygen and the fire will extinguish itself. Do not stand directly in front of the oven, rather stand to the side to open the door. Make sure that the rugs and any trip hazards are alleviated, especially in the kitchen area. If you have any other questions, feel free to call Lawrence Douglas County Fire and Medical at 830-7000.
Safe Winter Walkways is a partnership between the City of Lawrence and Douglas County Senior Services. This program works to pair homeowners who need help shoveling their sidewalks when there's snow with volunteers in the community who are willing to come out and help them with snow removal.
We match up homeowners that are either elderly or disabled with volunteers, hopefully from their neighborhood, that will come and shovel their public sidewalks anytime we have a measurable snow precipitation event. We are in particular need of more volunteers.
We do have a strict deadline this year of November 29th. We need all volunteers and all homeowners together.
It's a very simple process. You get a hold of us through the website of the city or call 832-3338 and leave a message with your name, address, and phone number, and we'll set up a time for me to come by. If you're a homeowner that needs assistance, we'll sign a couple forms. It takes like 5 minutes of your time. Volunteers, I'll get in touch with you. We'll figure out a way to communicate, or I can have you sign a waiver form for us. It's really simple, really easy. It's, again, another opportunity for neighbors to help neighbors.
The Prairie Park Nature Center is sort of broken into two parts. First, we have the 80-acre wildlife preserve here, and it's comprised of several different types of habitats, including wetland, prairie, woodlands, and also we have a 5-acre lake, Mary's Lake. The second part is sort of the education building, and that's where we have the live animals that we care for. They're all education animals. Some of them are injured animals, some of them are rescued pets, and then we have one very special endangered species that we all use for education. And then the building we use for just families to come in and see those animals and learn about them. Right now we have a preschool program going on where families can just bring their preschool age kids to come in and learn about whatever it is that we decide that day. We're trying to cater it more for schools. Preschool schools can now come, schedule with us, and we'll do different types of programs catered to whatever they're interested in learning, what coincides with the curriculum at that moment. So we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and then we're open on Sunday from 1 to 4, and then we're closed on Mondays. So come down to Prairie Park Nature Center and come visit us today.
We're trying to pursue really cost-effective lighting changes and energy efficiency projects. So for example, here at the Art Center, this project, the energy savings alone will pay for the cost of the bulbs in less than 2 years. There are really great applications for LEDs already. You've probably seen holiday lighting and flashlights having LEDs for several years, but now companies are coming out with really appropriate LED applications for homeowners. A year ago, we changed out many of the lighting fixtures. We changed out more than 200 bulbs from really inefficient lighting fixtures to new LED technology. So we're looking for projects like that around the city, and two really good examples that citizens will notice are our LED traffic signals and also our LED downtown decorative lighting. It's a great opportunity for energy efficiency because they don't have the mercury that the compact fluorescent light bulbs had, they use a lot less energy, and they have a much longer life. So if you're interested in any of the city's sustainability programs or what we're doing in energy efficiency throughout our buildings, you can check the city's website, which is lawrenceks.org/sustainability.